Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next at Insurgence, it is a match that has been dreamt of by fans all over the world, and tonight, finally, the dream match is going to happen. The Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle versus the American Dragon, Daniel Bryan. And remember, Kurt Angle in this company has never been pinned, he has never been submitted, but is that all going to end tonight? We're about to find out. And about to make his way to the ring, the man who has never been pinned, as I've said, he has never been submitted. Not one man in this company has been able to do so in the 3 years that this guy's been here. Men like John Cena, men like CM Punk, Shawn Michaels, Randy Orton, Batista, Finn Balor, the list goes on and on and on. And Kurt Angle has put them all away, has made them tap, or he's pinned them. Nevertheless, Kurt Angle has the best one-loss record in wrestling today, especially in this company. But this man is looking to be the one to end it. He issued the challenge at our last pay-per-view Unchained, and Kurt Angle actually laughed in this man's face when he made the challenge. However, when Daniel Bryan hit him in the face with a knee, Kurt Angle wasn't laughing any longer. He accepted the challenge, and although this was a professional rivalry to start, it turned much more personal this past week when Kurt Angle started to involve Bryan's family, his wife, his newborn child, insulting them. And then when Brie Bella, Daniel Bryan's wife, came in to defend her husband, it was Kurt Angle with a headbutt to Brie Bella. Whether accidental or not, we have not heard an apology. And earlier tonight on Metal, Bryan said he was going to kick Bryan on. Look at this. Angle wants no part of Bryan. Immediately goes to the outside, and this is what Angle wanted. He wanted Daniel Bryan to lose his cool, and that's exactly what's going on. He is still pissed off at the fact that Brie Bella was assaulted this past week. Whether or not it was accidental, it was out of line. And now the forearm shots following an European uppercut by Bryan, and look at Angle, kicks himself away. And now the snapmare. And now goes for a kick. But now Bryan has the arms and legs held. He is, as is Kurt Angle, one of the best, if not the best technical wrestler in wrestling history. So much so that the Wrestling Observer newsletter actually named an award after him. That's how good of a technical wrestler this guy is. And now the Olympic slam, I should say. Angle taking down Bryan, but Bryan now going after the label lock, the yes lock as he calls it. But he gets into the ropes as Kurt Angle. And earlier tonight he said he was going to kick Angle's effing head in comments that almost got us taken off air. And earlier tonight Bryan also said he wasn't going to approach this by just attacking Angle right off the bat, although he did so after Angle provoked him. He was going to approach this like a wrestler and out-wrestle him. That's what Brie said to do, to beat him. That's the most you can do, is to damage his ego. And now the sunset flip into the cover, and a kick out by Bryan, and now, similar to our last match, they're trading covers. Here's the bridge, but a kick out by Angle, and they're back up, goes for the... Oh no! He went for the clothesline, but got turned into the yes lock. And this crossface, but Angle punched his way out of it, and now has a leg held in that single leg drop kick. Booting the leg right into the face. And immediately, the veteran experience of Kurt Angle wisely moves to the outside, and now he's on the floor. And Daniel Bryan going to meet him with a knee to the back of the neck, and that neck has had major neck surgery before, as has Bryan. They're very similar in styles, and that's why this is such a dream match for both men. Kurt Angle resting above the barricade here. And these two will want to get back in the ring, but I'm not so sure. Angle wants to get it back in the ring. He throws Bryan right into the barricade, and you see there the sickening thud of Bryan's back onto the concrete below with the suplex. And now he's back in the ring, and now stomping on that back again. It's well documented the spine problems that Bryan's had, and now sitting out with it. Bryan's body laying to rest on that knee of Angle. And now punched him away in that sleeper, but Bryan gets to the ropes. Now he's in the corner, kicks himself away. And they're going to Irish whip him off the ropes, and there's that knee to the stomach. Bryan trying to mount a comeback early on. And again the Irish whip into the corner hard. Goes for a German, but turned around into a belly-to-belly suplex. And Kurt Angle is renowned for his suplexes. If there's anybody in the wrestling history that has taken to wrestling quicker, I don't think anybody has taken to wrestling quicker than Kurt Angle, a former Olympic gold medalist. And there's not many that can say that. In fact, Angle's the only one. He goes for the clothesline on the outside. And now they're on the apron. And Bryan has the arms out into the Tiger Suplex. Snap Tiger Suplex onto the hardest part of the ring. And that isn't going to do anything well for Angle's neck. Daniel Bryan just looks at his handiwork. Kurt Angle is on the outside. And where is Bryan going now? Suicide dive! And he's back in the ring! A second suicide dive! And now looking for the trifecta! And a third! And Bryan says yes! But he has a no-nonsense attitude. And you see, the wind has been taken out of Kurt Angle following those suicide dives. And Angle trying to catch his breath. Let's take a look at this. The last one, in particular, was the one with the most impact. The suicide dive there. That third one out of 3. And Bryan gets back in the ring, and now he's got him held. Double underhook. Snap belly. Well, snap butterfly suplex to Kurt Angle. And Daniel Bryan, a former WWE Ring of Honor champion as well. And now those kicks. Goes for a third, but he's back down. Ankle lock, but punched away. And what a roundhouse, right to the skull. The athleticism and the speed in which Bryan could connect that boot with a sickening impact across the skull of Kurt Angle. And now he's on the top rope. Is this wise? We will see. Goes for the missile drop kick. But Angle with the strength to catch him out with the powerbomb from the top of the arena, no less. And now Kurt Angle sees Daniel Bryan, and look at this. Goes for the clothesline, and now the German suplex. Kurt Angle met Daniel Bryan with that slap in the face, and they're going for the ankle again, but kicked away. No doubt Kurt Angle saw and heard what Daniel Bryan had to say on Metal earlier tonight, and now he's just trying to piss him off, and there's a punch again. And now whip off the ropes into the corner, and now that running drop kick. And now reverses the whip on the top. Flows over him. And that huge lariat. He's competed in Japan. He's competed in the Best of the Super Juniors. He's competed in the Battle of Los Angeles. He competed in our very own King of the Ring. And now well, I should say, the belly to back suplex. And as all of you are watching right now, I am also very excited to see how this was going to play out. And you see there, from the top rope, looks for the headbutt. Looks for the flying headbutt, but missed. And now whip off the ropes again, and that snap belly to belly. Catches Daniel Bryan running at him, and throws him overhead. Since Daniel Bryan has been in this company, many feel he has not lived up to his potential, but tonight he has the opportunity to do so. The trifecta of German suplexes targeting that neck. And although Daniel Bryan is a former X Division champion, he did lose that championship almost as quickly as he won it. And yes, he has won numerous matches in this company, but tonight he can have the biggest win of his career. And he catches Kurt Angle on the top rope and crotches him on that top. And now runs at him. Oh no, is he looking for the Frankensteiner? But the strength of Angle to hang on. And now the ankle lock. The ankle lock by Kurt Angle wants to make him submit like he's done so many. But he gets thrown into the ring post, and here's the roll-up. But a kick out by Angle. And the double collision. Both men fought the same thing, and that just goes to show you how similarly these two men's careers have been and how similarly they work. The double clothesline. Who's going to be the first man to his feet? And look at this. Again, the technical wizardry of Daniel Bryan on display here. The triangle choke. Is he going to look to choke out Angle? But now rolls through and a kick out. Daniel Bryan kicks out. And now the sling blade. No. Turned into a German maybe. Looks for the German but lands on his feet. And now a German suplex of his own. The belly to back. And Kurt Angle has been taken down. Landed right on his neck. And Kurt Angle doesn't know what to do now. He's in a daze. And Daniel Bryan looking to avenge his wife, who said to him to win this match for her and their child. And Daniel Bryan on the top, but look who's meeting him. And the belly to belly off the top rope. Throws him halfway across the ring. 1, 2. But Daniel Bryan kicks out. Angle had the lateral press, did not hook the leg. And Daniel Bryan just about able to kick out at 2.5. I want to see this again. I want to see how far Kurt Angle threw him. I think we're going to get to see it. Let's take a look at this. Ran at the top rope and threw him across the ring. Kurt Angle is willing to do anything it takes to win this matchup. And he's willing to do anything it takes to keep his unbeaten record intact. Just ask Neville. Neville was about to beat him, and Kurt Angle low blowed him, but now looking for the angle slam! But it was turned into the label, and the crossface. Wrenching back on that head and neck. Daniel Bryan, the label in the centre of the ring. Is Angle going to tap out for the first time in his NLW career? No, he gets to the ropes. Goes for no submission, and this time is Angle's own ankle lock. He has the ankle held, and Kurt Angle in a helpless state. Oh, but it's rolled through again into an ankle lock of his own. Can Daniel Bryan withstand the pain? Kurt Angle has that ankle wrenched in. On again, the label again, and now again wrenching on that injured neck. And look at this, maintaining a grip. And the angle slam. 1, Press one arm over the chest. And a kick out by Bryan. This has been as physically intense, if not more so, than we anticipated going into the pay-per-view. But I don't think any of these fans expected it to be this hard-hitting. About 10 minutes in, and not one man has tried to show any weakness. The angle slam and Bryan still kicks out, and where is he going now? Kurt Angle, it's not often he does this. Risking it all! The moonsault miss! The moonsault missed Bryan, and he only pulls that out in big matches, and that's why, because there's so much risk involved. Daniel Bryan is on his feet. Kurt Angle groggy, and the running knee! He has to go for a cover here. And maybe, just maybe, Angle's unbeaten run's going to come to an end, but he couldn't get to the body enough. In enough time, I should say. The running knee. And Kurt Angle's knocked out, and what the hell is this? He's on the other side of the ring. And the flying headbutt. Here's the cover. Hooks the leg, but a kick out by Angle. From one side of the ring to the other. Not only is he the best, or one of the best technical wrestlers in the world today, he also can risk it all on occasion, and we'll see. Look at how far he flew. Hooked the inside leg, but in the end, it wasn't enough. The headbutt by Bryan, as he continues on his quest to try and become the first man to defeat Kurt Angle. He doesn't care how, as long as it's by pinfall or submission in the ring. Another tilt whirl into the sleeper. And Angle is trying to wrench back on the neck of Bryan, but Bryan trying to block it. This Carter Jamay is what he's looking for. A snap near into the label lock again. And Bryan will not let up again. Rolled out of it into the ankle lock in the center of the ring. An Angle wrenching on the ankle, and again wrenches back. Dozens have gone down to this move in the past in this company, and they've just become statistics on a list of who Kurt Angle has beaten. Daniel Bryan does not want to become a statistic. He wants to defeat this man, but at the moment it's not looking likely. He's in the center of the ring, dragged back in. Rolled up by Bryan, but a kick out. And now a running knee. He's got the cover. Big kick out by Kurt Angle. This has been unbelievable. And the fans not happy. They sensed that Daniel Bryan was going to end that unbeaten run of Angles that has been going on for 3 years. However, he's going to have to do more. Although it may not be much more, Kurt Angle's been knocked out. He just about kicked out from that running knee, and he's been knocked out. One more move, and Angle may be done for. He's on the top rope. And the powerbomb! And a kick out by Angle, but right back into the label lock. It may be over right now. He is wrenching on that neck like no other. All the moves directed at the neck, the diving headbutt, the German suplexes. And he may be the first man to beat him. Oh, but no. Rolled up. He's rolled him up. Oh, but kicked out. And now he's in the center of the ring and wrenches back. He is wrenching on that neck. He may be choking out. And Bryan wrenches at it. And Daniel Bryan wins. He has become the first man in the history of this company, the first man in 3 years to beat the seemingly unbeatable Daniel Bryan. Has made Kurt Angle tap out here at Insurgence. Well, let us take you through what has turned out to be a historic match. He almost caught him out, and then it was that running knee that few men I should say, have kicked out of, but Angle did. He wanted his unbeaten run desperately to stay intact, and then it was the label lock after the powerbomb from the top, and after Angle tried a pin. That's worked for him in the past, but it didn't work tonight. Daniel Bryan rolled him up again, wrenched the neck back with the crossface, and Daniel Bryan has defeated Kurt Angle. Not only for himself, not only for his career, but for his wife and for his child that Kurt Angle insulted. Kurt Angle, how is he going to bounce back from this? I guess we're going to find out in due course. But the story here is that the little man from a small town in Aberdeen, Washington, a man who used to wrestle in gas stations, has now picked up the biggest win of his career. He has beaten Kurt Angle, and he's the only man who can say he's done that in this company. Well, from history to this. CM Punk made history by winning the championship in the chamber, but tonight, is it going to end before it even got a chance to begin? He defends it in a fatal 4-way tonight, but how is this alliance with Shawn Michaels going to play into the contest? It's our main event tonight. And you've got to wonder what the other contenders in that main event that's coming up next is going to say. And, oh well, I thought it was going to come up next, but I guess the commissioner's out here, and if you saw what happened this past week, you'd know why. He saw Roman Reigns being escorted out of the building by security, and he said he wanted to talk business. Is that what this is about?
Before the main event gets underway, I just wanted to come out here briefly and speak my piece. I want to talk business, and I want to talk business with a man who I promised to talk business with last week. And the man I'm referring to is none other than Roman Reigns. He's no doubt controversial, there's no doubt about it. Some will constantly defend this man's actions and others hate the man's guts, and it's this polarization that we in the wrestling business thrive upon. However, recently, Roman Reigns has been trashing this program. He's been attacking wrestlers, he's been interrupting matches, and he's been causing merry hell on our programming. And I want to know why. And once I've got that reason from him, we can move past it, we can talk business. Because as you know, Steve Austin this past week alluded to a No Limits Wrestling draft, where he said he would get one show and I have got one show. We're still working out the kinks of it, but my goal is to put on a better show than Steve Austin's, and I believe that Roman Reigns could be a key part of that show. So rather than rampaging, potentially our main event, maybe you and I can talk some sense, shoot around some ideas, and maybe...
Why is he stopping? What's everyone react? Oh, that's why everyone's reacting. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who that is, that's Arn Anderson, and he used to work here.
You are gonna shut your mouth right now and listen to what I have to say. Very rarely do we air our dirty laundry in front of the masses. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. You see, there have been many great men who have contributed to this wrestling business, myself included. And as of late, it's been swept under the rug that a lot of agents and a lot of the backstage guys have been let go at the expense of you and Steve Austin's ego trip. I'm talking great minds, friends of mine, Dean Malenko, Barry Windham, even guys like Terry Funk, who now has to put his body on the line, still to this day, to earn a paycheck from you. How long have you been in this business? A cup of coffee compared to me. And you treat me with the same disrespect that you treat any old jabroni. I've been the enforcer for 40 years almost. And in my time, if any punk kid tried to speak the way you did to me, right now I'd be staring at a dead man. When you fired me, the fire in my eyes was that from a criminal mind. And what kind of evil can the enforcer Arn Anderson cook up? I'll tell you what. He finds somebody that he can send out and cause chaos. If you break an arm, he'll break an arm. If you break a neck, he'll break a neck. And every time you or that beer-swilling layabout Steve Austin contributes to injustice, I have my own form of justice at my disposal. I've put my heart, I've put my soul into this company like I've done for WCW, for WWE, for any company I've worked for. You're gonna find out real fast that intense pain is a wonderful thing. Your life flashes before your eyes. Things that are most important to you become reality, and you realize what is most important to you, and you're gonna find out that the most important thing to you, this job, is not gonna be worth it. Until I am vindicated, it will not stop, because the professional wrestling world is our world, where we live and breathe. If you want to help destroy it, it'll soon become crystal clear that the mistakes you've made are ready to bite you on the ass.
Oh, look out! It's Roman Reigns again! And apparently, look at this! He's siding with Arn Anderson! And the commissioner, he's been laid out by Roman Reigns in that spear. And that was a hell of a lot of information to take in. And you'll forgive me if I'm a little bit confused, but this entire story isn't something that's playing out on TVs. It's in backstage politics, and apparently Arn Anderson wants revenge and Roman Reigns is his mercenary. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after all that bombshell, let's go on to another huge matchup. You see AJ Styles, the former world champion, preparing in the back, as is the world champion's ally, Shawn Michaels. And also, the new #1 contender, the Demon, Finn Balor. 4 men, 1 championship. Who is walking out of Insurgence as the world champion? CM Punk puts the championship on the line against his ally Shawn Michaels, the former champion AJ Styles, and the new #1 contender Finn Balor. That huge fatal 4-way main event is our main event up next.